How do you change a repeating decimal to a fraction? In this video, I'll be explaining how to change this repeating decimal to a fraction. And the first thing you have to do is build an equation using this repeating decimal. So you have to set it equal to a variable. In this case, I'll be using x as the variable since that's the most common. You can use whatever variable you prefer. Now I have to figure out how to get rid of the repeating part, which is the 4, 9. And to do that, we're going to have to multiply both sides of this equation by a multiple of 10. And the little tip I like to do is if there's one repeating number, then I have to multiply by 10. If there's two repeating numbers, then I have to multiply by 100. If there's three repeating numbers, then I have to multiply by 1,000. If you look here, we just start off with a 1 repeating, 1 0, 2 repeating digits, 2 zeros, 3 repeating digits, 3 zeros, and so on and so forth. So that's a little tip to help you remember. In this case, we have two digits that's repeating, so we have to multiply both sides of this equation by 100. Now, x times 100, we know that's 100x. And this side, when you're multiplying by 100, you just have to move the decimal point over 2 times. So when I move that over 2 times, I get this. Now remember, this is a repeating digit, a repeating decimal, so there's going to be numbers after this 9. And to remember, 4, 9, 4, 9, 4, 9, that's repeating. So after the 9, there's a 4. And then another 9, and that's the part that's going to be repeating. Make sure you do not put this vinculum line over this first 9. Now, the next thing we have to do is subtract this first equation from this second equation. So I'm going to, on this side, we have x, so 100 minus x, and on this side, I'm going to subtract this repeating decimal. Make sure you line up your decimal point. So 100x minus x, we know that's 99x. And here, if you're subtracting these two repeating digits and they're the same, you're going to end up with 0. So 49 repeating minus 49 repeating is just 0. And then 9 minus 2, 7. Bring down your decimal point. 24 minus 0 is 24. Now we have an equation that we can solve. We have to isolate the variable by dividing 99 on both sides. This cancels out and just leaves us with x. Now, if we look here, we have to make this a whole number. And to do that, I can multiply this by 10. But you have to be careful. Make sure you maintain equivalency. So that means you have to do the same thing to the denominator. 24 and 7/10 times 10 is 247. And then 99 times 10 is 990. Now you cannot simplify this anymore, so this is our final answer.